This is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you the raw, unadulterated truth. And when we're saying this truth, we know they look anybody face. We speak the truth without fear. You've heard this word when they say it is easier said than done. Now, for the first time, I come to agree with President Muhammad Buhari with his assessment of a failed government, especially the one he is at the head of it. Now, I want you to listen to Buhari as he responds or reacts to ASUU strike.
And teachers on the tertiary institutions, polytechnics, were on strike. These strikes were at least for a whole academic year. I think a serious government, if they have 7 billion naira to throw about, will go and negotiate with ASUU, and then the teachers organization or teachers unions of the tertiary institutions from polytechnics downwards, so that our children should remain in school. Even complement equipment, and other social facilities, for educational institutions. I was so much personally against that thing because the National Assembly is there. I believe the executive ought to have sent a memo to the National Assembly if they want a constitutional amendment. This is in line with the Constitution of 1999 as amended. Why go and take 7 billion that we could not afford when our children are on the streets? I think this government has capacity for wrong priority.
Good. I know some of you will say, oh, this is an old video. That's when Jonathan was in power. Oh yes, that is the truth. But what has changed? What has changed? The table have turned round and now you are in the position to address that very issue. What is happening in Nigeria today? The ASUU strike we are seeing in Nigeria today, it's overwhelming. Considering the fact that the federal government led by Buhari could not afford to meet up with the agreement they had with ASUU, saying that they don't have money. Oh yes, but they've been borrowing money, especially at the time like this. The ministers under Buhari could afford farms for 100 million naira, and yet Buhari government no fit afford to settle ASUU so that the children will go back to school. When they say, oh, our children, they are not talking about the children they begat. They're talking about the oppressed Nigerians. They should go back to school, giving it lip service. You know what I call lip service? They don't mean any word of it. Because are they affected? No. The children are abroad, going abroad, studying abroad, getting their certificate as at when due. Whereas your own children and you, the teeming youths, stay at home. Even when you perhaps, after so many years of strike, eventually roll out from the school, you know what it faces you at the labor market. No jobs. He even said it.
And very importantly, let us speak to the youth, that the federal government has no more vacancy. Virtually every department is filled. The same thing in the states, the same thing in local governments. So you can have a good degree from a good university and you will never get a job.
So when you want to evaluate or assess a failed government, by the standard of Buhari, he is a complete monumental failure. Namil Tokam. If he vex you, come and arrest me with DSS. But that is the simple gospel truth. Okay, put it on the table. He was breathing down on Jonathan on insecurity. What is happening today in Nigeria? At the time Jonathan was in power, insecurity was only being predominant in the northern part of Nigeria. But today, there is no place in Nigeria that is safe under Buhari's watch. When you talk about corruption, oh, now corruption becomes an institution. Because if that is not the case, the issue of ASUU will not be what we are experiencing today. Nami Tokam. No, check it now. I am not going to exonerate Jonathan's government from corrupt practices. But you see this Buhari own. Corruption had become an institution. In fact, it is now corruption that is fighting the government and not government fighting corruption. It is as a result of corrupt practices. That's why the schools are failing and the ASUU strike continue to bite. They don't care. Their children are abroad. Check all standard. Are we talking about the promise of $1 to 1 naira? That one is now a broken record. Tell me everything that this government promised you, APC government particularly promised you. What have they done? Nothing. So when you see me breathing down on Atiku and Tinubu, I don't have any personal issues with them. I'm just trying to save Nigerians from the calamity that will befall them come 2023. Because these two men are architects that brought in this failure of a government we are witnessing today. Atiku and Tinubu played key role in bringing down the government of Jonathan, or cutting it short. What is happening today? They want to continue. They want continuity of failures in government. They want Nigerians to reward them with presidency after introducing this kind of government to Nigerians. It is better for you to listen up. If you like, continue playing your stupid ethnic religious politics. If you like, continue being misled by the same politicians. You continue being victims. And that is where I stand. At this time, I think we are just, busy ourselves so much, trying to open the eyes of Nigerians to see beyond their nose what is about to happen to them. I am just driven by the passion to deliver Nigerians from the calamity that will befall them. Someone called me, some of the paid agents of Atiku and the politicians called me, introducing himself as a doctor, and was blabbing, trying to convince me or tell me why we should stop the obedient movement and perhaps support Atiku. I'm going to publish that discussion because I recorded it and I told him I'm going to publish it. Then you will hear for yourself the mentality of those you called your political leaders. In fact, I don't want this video to be too long. Wait until we continue this exposition series. And on the long run, moving forward, we're planning on live interactive section where you will be able to make your contribution on pertinent issues that affects us as a people. I'm just a messenger. I've delivered the message. Please share it. Share it. It is hitting target. And it is opening up the eyes of Nigerians to see beyond their nose and understand that they are victims of the failed system propelled by corrupt political class. Until you free yourself from these men. They are from the east, west, north, and south. They are Muslims, they are Christians, they are traditional worshippers. They are in your communities. Do not listen to them. The money-backed transactional politicians. Reject them for your own good. Please share this video. I'm just a voice. Master General Peters, Archbishop, Good Governance Ministry. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment. I want to have your opinion. Stay safe.